Grab your snow boots and a cup of hot cocoa for Lake's holiday themed prequel, Season's Greetings. It's Christmas time, 1985. You take on the role of Meredith's dad, Thomas Weiss, and will be treated to a warm reunion with Providence Oaks and its inhabitants. Get answers to questions that were teased in Lake, meet five completely new characters, and find out which role an almost retired postal worker can play delivering the Christmas spirit to Providence Oaks. Jolly storylines, cozily lit drives around the snowy town, and a heartwarming gaming experience await you. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Hey, Dad. How's that white Christmas looking? You promised, remember?
Meredith. Of course, it's coming down as we speak. Wait till you see it.
Great. I knew you wouldn't let me down. My plane lands Tuesday at 5:30.
Perfect. How will you get here? Will someone pick you up?
Obviously. I've got the best chauffeur around. His name starts with a T and ends with Amos Weiss.
All right then. I hear he's the best in the business. I'll make sure he's there. 5:30 sharp.
Oh, thanks, Dad. See you soon.
2 more nights, Em. Can't wait to see you.
Same here. Say hi to Mom for me. Bye, Dad.
Bye, Em. Have a safe trip.
Good morning, Thomas. I bet you woke up feeling like $1,000,000 after winning that monster pot last night.
Morning, Frank. It felt like $96.40, actually. But yeah, I had a great night's sleep.
Ha, I bet. It looks like you've hit the jackpot again today. There's hardly any Christmas mail rush because of the snow.
Ah, that's a pity. I really don't mind being outside in the snow.
Well, I do. Snow's for looking at, not for walking through. Take it easy out there today.
Providence Oaks, good morning. I guess I wasn't the only one that noticed all that white stuff lying around. I now have enough PO positive and pet peeves about snow to last me a lifetime. But don't let that stop you from calling in new ones. My answer machine can handle it.
PO positive or pet peeves?
We're starting off the week with a PO snow positive from Cheryl.
Jack, we all love the beautiful snowy scenery. But there's one thing I like even better. The sounds. Or actually lack thereof. Fresh snow absorbs sounds and creates a tranquility that is just sublime.
Believe it or not, Cheryl, even a loudmouth like me can appreciate a bit of silence every now and then. And, judging by the weather, we can enjoy it for a little while longer. We've got some bright but cold days coming up with a chance of snow later in the week. And now, music.
Hey, Beth. How are you on this fine day?
Thomas, hi. Business as usual. Nah, I'm just joking. The situation is not that dire.
I was going to say, sales can't be bad with the holidays around the corner, right?
Times have been better, I suppose, but you're right. I'm not complaining. Besides Mildred, there's been an odd customer or two today, and would you believe one of them was even looking for a full set of encyclopedias?
Never knew you had a clone walking around out there.
Well, that certainly would be something, wouldn't it? There wouldn't be enough books to discuss or wine to consume. By the way, did you know that the world's largest encyclopedia was created in 15th century China and comprised about 11,000 books? Isn't that fascinating? Imagine having to load that into your car.
I don't think my trusty old van could take that. Or my bookcase, for that matter.
Well, they do say a good book is easy to pick up, but hard to put down. Get it? How's Emily coming along with Christmas dinner, by the way? I can imagine she's pretty excited about Meredith coming over. So let me know if she needs any more cookbooks. I've got this beauty from Good Housekeeping that's all the rage right now.
Oh, that might be a bad idea. I'm going to have my pants let out just looking at the cover.
I suppose you're right. But don't you worry, I'll leave the cookbook. I have a feeling St. Nicholas has other things in store for you this year.
Sounds ominous.
You have no idea.
And what does St. Nick have in store for you this year? Doing anything special?
I'm flying out to Georgia tomorrow to spend Christmas with my Daniel and his wife for a few days. We're planning a Hawaii 5-0 marathon. It's my guilty pleasure, and luckily it's theirs too.
Ah, of course. Book 'em, Dano.
Indeed. Have you seen it?
Who hasn't?
Oh, marvelous. What was your favorite episode so far?
The one where they did that thing with the pineapples and the fingerprints. That was some great writing.
It's simply my favorite cop show out there right now. I do love a bit of action and intrigue. It's like Sherlock Holmes with tire spins. And Daniel has just bought a great big new television set, so I can't wait to watch it on that.
Book 'em, Dano. Or did I say that already?
Oh, Thomas, you are too much sometimes. Right, I better get back to it and get ready for the New Year's sale. I've been in a perpetual fight with my pricing gun lately, so I need all the time I can get. And good things come to those who wait. I'll bring over your presents later in the week. I hope you have a Merry Christmas Eve tomorrow, and give my love to Emily and Meredith.
Will do. And season's greetings to you two. Christmas gift? Here's hoping. Hello, Angie. Long time no see. One package for you today.
Thanks, Thomas. How's Emily?
She's very busy. The motel's chronically understaffed.
Ah, yes. This must be busy season at the motel. I do like it when out-of-towners come to visit our little hamlet, especially when they like movies.
Apparently most of the rooms have been fitted with VCRs now. Should be good for business.
So, what do we have here? Oh, right.
So what do you have there?
It's just some things from LA. Toiletries, stuff like that. I, recently ended my relationship.
I'm sorry I asked. I didn't mean to pry.
It's fine. It was my decision, and it was the right decision. The long-distance thing just wasn't working out. Still, seeing your spare toothbrush, that shampoo bottle, a stick of deodorant, it just makes it so definite, you know? Like, the LA chapter of my life is now finally completely closed.
Breaking up right before Christmas Eve must be extra tough.
Yeah, that does add to the melancholy. Timing isn't exactly my strong suit, I guess.
Sounds like you're dealing with it like a champ, though. How did your ex take it?
My ex-girlfriend, you mean? Yeah, she's handling it okay. Other than the passive-aggressive shipping of toiletries, I guess. Oh, did you not know?
To be honest, I did have an inkling. Wasn't sure, though.
I mean, it's not exactly something I walk around advertising around here. This is probably the first time I've seen you blush.
Well, I'll leave you alone with your thoughts. And your spare toothbrush. Merry Christmas, Angie.
Merry Christmas, Thomas. My toothbrush and I bid you adieu.
Is where Meredith's school friend Jessie used to live. I remember once Meredith came home from school after learning about walnuts, and she asked us if they were named after the street. Fancy handwriting on this one. Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. The parcel, Thomas. Don't forget the parcel. Okay, let's get this to its destination. Hi, Ben. Got a pretty hefty package here for you.
Thanks, Thomas. I've been waiting for that one.
Hi, Mr. W. Please, please, please tell me the mail truck needs a tune-up.
Hey, Lori. I didn't know you'd already begun working here. Weren't you supposed to start in January?
Yeah, she pestered me into allowing her to start a week early. Already put snow tires on half the town's vehicles. At this rate, I can retire before the end of next summer. But this truck's fine, Lori. I gave it a checkup for Frank less than 10 days ago.
Are you sure there's nothing I can improve on the old, what do you call this thing again?
Come to think of it, maybe there is. The horn's been making this sad little sound lately. It could use a little more oomph.
The horn, eh? I'm on it. That was easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Mr. W. Diaphragm had gotten a little dusty, but it's all better now. The mail truck is honking like a big old goose again.
Thanks, Lori.
Come to think of it, I will be calling your truck the Goose from here on out. Big, white, wobbly, and with a honking great horn. Honk honk!
The Goose has a nice ring to it. Or a nice honk, anyway. Well, gotta be getting back to my rounds. Happy holidays, you guys.
Thanks, Thomas. You too.
Part and parcel.
Hi there, Mr. Mailman. Got anything for me today?
I have one special delivery for you, ma'am. And we can have a little chat if you'd like.
Ooh, a little chat. I'm afraid I'm a bit too busy for that, sir.
Oh, you sound an awful lot like my wife. I hardly see her these days.
Oh, what a shame. Well, you must have a lovely wife.
You can say that again. She's the light of my life.
Oh, I better get this, honey. I'll see you tonight. Oregon Trail Motel. How may I help you?
Hello?
Hey, Dad.
Meredith! Are you all packed for tomorrow? Meredith?
Dad, I'm so sorry, but I won't be able to make it tomorrow.
What's wrong? What happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine, Dad, don't worry, but I'm snowed under with work. It's added 86. It needs to be up and running at the start of the new year. I stumbled upon some errors today, and now we need to fix them this week. This sucks.
Yep, it sure does. Is that Steve guy pressuring you again?
No, it's not Steve's fault. We've all worked so hard this year. Can't squander it all in the last week, right?
You're right, Meredith. Christmas is just a few days. Your career lasts a lifetime. Have you told your mom yet?
Yeah, I just called her at the motel.
Oh, someone's calling. Must be your mom.
Okay, well, that's my cue. Gotta get back to it. I'll call again soon, Dad. Love you.
Hey, is that you?
If by you mean Emily, then yes. If you mean M for Meredith, then no.
What if I meant M from James Bond?
Oh, Thomas, don't joke around as if nothing's wrong.
I know, Em. I don't know what to say.
Well, just deal with it, like we always do. Why don't we invite someone else? Unless you're happy with just Mildred coming over.
That's a good idea. I'll think about it and maybe invite someone tomorrow.
Okay, honey. As long as you don't invite Jack, you know, his jokes may even scare off the turkey. In any case, I'll call Beth and ask her again, too. And then I have to do a towel run, refill the vending machine, and vacuum the reception area. So it'll be a while before I'm done. I'll see you tonight, honey.
Okay, Em. Drive home safe.
Detective Fries! You've been assigned a new partner.
Come on, Chief. You know I don't need nobody's help.
He's from Germany. Hamburg, to be exact.
A German? Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Stop complaining, Fries, and go pick up that hamburger from the airport.
Morning, P.O. It's time for a different take on the snowfall.
P.O. positive or pet peeves?
Take it away, Charles.
Jack, I'd like to respond what Cheryl said about the snow yesterday. Sure, it makes everything nice and quiet, but we can't forget the sweet sound of crunching snow beneath our boots. Thank you very much.
Sure we can, Charles. And that's the last one about snow for now. Apologies to the guy with the pet peeve about yellow snow. Better luck next time. Today's weather as bright and beautiful as yesterday. Enjoy the crunch, folks. Back to the playlist.
Greetings, Nancy.
Hello, Thomas. That should be the last batch of Christmas pudding ingredients.
Sounds good. Is it for you or for the store?
For the store, of course. I'm not gonna change my cooking schedule just because of Christmas.
Your cooking schedule?
Mm-hmm. A set meal for every day of the week.
Can I ask what your cooking schedule looks like?
Sure. Monday's mac and cheese, chili on Tuesday, meatloaf Wednesday, cheeseburger Thursday, fish Fridays, Saturday steak and mash, and it's corn on the cob Sundays.
A healthy and balanced variety of culinary goodness. Color me jealous.
No need to be jealous. No one's gonna stop you from creating your own schedule.
Maybe I will, but I'm going to enjoy the Christmas meal first.
And I'll be savoring my homemade chili.
Nice. I'll be on my way now. you go. Oh, good day, Kay.
Hi, Thomas.
I've got a parcel for you.
Ah, thanks. I'm sure Santa will be happy this arrived just in time.
Anything I can do to help the old man out. How are you holding up today?
Oh, can't complain. Everything is pretty much set. My toes are practically frozen together, but I have to say, I do love winter. Homemade milk and cookies, candy, a whole village of snowmen and women in the yard. Kids give you the perfect excuse to go all out with that stuff.
Ah, yes. I remember those days.
Back when you and Santa were growing up, you mean?
Hey, careful now.
What about you and Emily? Got anything special planned for the coming days?
Well, sadly, Meredith can't make it this year.
Right.
Well, we'll still have fun, though.
I'm sure. Well, I'd best get on. I have to check on the oven. Or Santa will have to eat charcoal when he stops by tonight.
All right, best get back to it myself. Give our love to Barry and the kids. And Santa, if you happen to see him.
Will do. You and Emily have a great Christmas too, okay?
Is that much Christmas lighting really necessary? They must be out of town for the holidays. Fancy handwriting on this one. Bert's out of town for the holidays. Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. A Christmas gift? Here's hoping.
Wow, a visit from the Poker King. I humbly thank you for the honor.
The Poker King hath brought a parcel for the jack of all trades.
Ooh, boy, Frank came through once again.
Ah, package from Frank, huh? What's in it?
You don't want to know, Thomas. You don't want to know. But what I will tell you, I'm kicking off the new year with a bang. I better put this somewhere dry. And then it's back to reading Doyle Brunson's Super System. Ooh, you're in trouble this Sunday, sir.
And what are you doing tomorrow night?
I'm gonna visit my brother and his family in Idaho. Anyway, later, Thomas, and take care on those icy roads.
Hey, Thomas, do you think it'll ever stop snowing? I'm glad it's the last day before Christmas break.
Well, sorry, Frank. They're forecasting snow until at least the new year. But hey, about Christmas. Meredith bailed on us, which leaves us with a bit more food than we can handle. Maybe you'd like to volunteer and help us eat it tomorrow evening.
Christmas dinner at the Weiss residence. That sounds great, Thomas, but I'm afraid I'm all tied up. The Knicks are playing the Celtics. I think the Celtics will go all the way this year, but I wouldn't count out an upset at the Garden.
Don't get your hopes up. There's no way they can stop that Celtics front court.
I'm gonna have to sleep on it, but you know I can't pass up a juicy bet. Hey, Thomas, before you go home, I need a favor. Can you help me with that guy over there? He said he's looking for a job, but I really gotta run now. Try to find out what he's made of, okay? Good luck.
Hello, young man. I heard you were looking for a job. My name's Thomas Weiss, and I've been working for the Postal Service for nearly 40 years.
Hi, I'm Matt Kearney. I'm glad someone finally showed up.
Nice to meet you, Matt. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm basically a computer expert, kind of in between jobs right now. I've been programming since I was 11 years old. I'm looking to start my own software company.
Ah, that's great. So you want to save up some money to start your own enterprise one day?
Bingo. I'm already working on it at home, and whenever I have time in my schedule.
I imagine that can take a toll on you.
I have the focus, determination, and willpower of a professional athlete.
Okay. I have a few more questions. Would you mind working overtime every now and then? During the busy Christmas period, for instance.
I don't think I'll ever have to work overtime. The way I organize everything, overtime simply won't be necessary.
That sounds great, but what if overtime is needed for reasons that are beyond your control?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go the extra mile, take one for the team, and all that. Could we wrap this up now, please? I don't think working here requires an extensive interview process.
Sure, Matt. I've heard enough. Thanks for applying. We'll be in touch.
Okay. But please be aware that I've also received other offers. Bye.
Yep, hello.
Hey, honey, it's me. Finally found time to call. Having such a busy day. Did you invite anyone else over for tomorrow?
Yes, I did, but no takers. So it's just you, me, and Mildred. Or is Beth coming as well?
Yeah, Beth is coming. So happy I could finally change her mind.
Nice work. She's great company.
As opposed to Mildred? No, this is not funny. Mildred is a sweetheart. And you better wear the Christmas sweater she knitted for you last year.
I love Christmas sweaters, so don't worry about it.
Great. So I won't be the only one looking stupid. Oh, by the way, I've got great news. We finally found someone to take some shifts off my hands.
That's fantastic. No more 60-hour work weeks. I also had a job interview today.
I wasn't at the interview, but I was introduced to him after he was hired.
Did he wear glasses?
Yes, he did.
Did he have curly hair?
Yeah. Are we playing Guess Who? His name is Matt Kearney. He said he's going to completely overhaul our computer system.
That's the guy I interviewed this afternoon.
Really? Did you like him?
Can't say that I did, to be honest.
That's a shame. But it doesn't matter. He'll be taking the load off my shoulders. And I won't be working alongside him anyway. You'll probably see him more often than I will.
And there I was thinking I dodged a bullet.
We'll see how it all pans out. Oh, gotta go now. Bye, hun.
I'm Klaus Kartoffelkanoodle. You must be Jimmy, my new partner. We will be the best team in the district. Where is the cop car? Let's catch some crooks. You don't like to talk much, Jimmy?
I need a friggin' coffee.
Yeah, coffee and your real donuts. I love it.
Weiss residence, good morning.
Hey, Dad. It's me.
Hey there, Em. Meredith Christmas.
I was hoping to hear one of your special holiday puns. Merry Christmas to you, too. I wish I was in PO right now.
That makes two of us. And probably three, but Mom's at the motel.
Guess I'm not the only one working today, then. Fine mess I got myself into, huh?
Do you want my 2 cents, or shall I just listen?
I reckon I already know what you're thinking, and you're probably right. I'll be okay, Dad. Work's progressing nicely, actually. And Tess is coming over later. She's also stuck here. We're going to try to cook up some semblance of a Christmas meal.
Oh, that's good to hear, Em. I hope you have a great day, Em.
Thanks, Dad. You too. Don't forget to leave some room for Mom's lemon mashed potatoes. Oh, that reminds me. I need to try to pry that secret recipe out of her. I'm gonna call her at the motel right now. Thanks for talking, Dad. And Meredith Christmas.
Missile Thomas wishes you the same.
Oh, I did not hear that. Love you.
Oh, Mildred, you shouldn't have. We already have the most beautiful pair of Christmas sweaters in the world. And now we have 2 sweaters each. You must have put so much work into them.
Oh, please, don't mention it, dearie. Knitting sweaters can be quite straining, but knowing how happy they make you always makes up for it.
Well, we're so grateful. Right, Thomas?
They're beautiful. Thank you so much, Mildred. They're so comfy and colorful. If only it was Christmas every day.
Oh, Thomas, that makes me so happy to hear. I can't wait to start working on next year's designs. I've also made sweaters for Frank and Jack and Robert and Bert, but they all said that wool gives them an allergic reaction. Isn't that a coincidence? Beth, I hope you aren't allergic to wool.
You're not going to believe the coincidence, Mildred, but yes, I actually am. And it's such a shame. If only I, too, could celebrate Christmas wearing one of those beautiful sweaters. Anyway, Emily, would you be a darling and pass me the peas, please?
Peas? I don't... Oh, you mean the string beans. I suppose peas would have gone lovely with the meal as well, now that you mention it. Right, Thomas?
Peas, beans, it's all green to me.
Oh, yes, of course. I meant the string beans. Of course, silly me. But let me get on with it. It's time for my presents now. And you may have already guessed that they're books. Mildred, why don't you open yours first?
Well, I'm not really one for presents, but I appreciate the gesture. Let's see now. The Cat's Pajamas. I've never heard of it, but it has a nice title, I suppose.
It's an encyclopedia about cats. A Whiskerpedia, if you will. Someone drew my attention to it, and I immediately thought of you.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely? Such a heartfelt gift. Isn't it, Thomas?
Maybe you can start knitting your cats some pajamas now.
Well, they do like balls of yarn. Thank you, Beth.
It was my pleasure, Mildred. And now for Emily's gift.
Oh, why, thank you, Beth. I do always appreciate your taste in books, so I'm looking forward to The Countess and the Carpenter. Ah, would you look at that? Is this a romance novel? I've never really read one of those.
Right in one guess, Emily. I hear the writer Summers here, so this book is locally sourced, so to speak. And, dare I say it, the prose is quite compelling in the romance department, if you catch my drift.
I think I do. Beth, you are something else. Thank you. This will certainly get a nice spot on our bookcase.
Ah, good to know the romance department is in our bookcase now, so I'll know where to find it.
Well, I'm looking forward to reading it already. Thank you so much, dear Beth.
You're welcome, Emily. I'm sure you'll love it. Okay, Thomas, it's your turn now.
Let's see. Crazy sports facts 2. Even more crazy sports facts. Whew, boy, I love this stuff. I'm actually reading part 1 at the moment, so I can tuck into this straight after. Thanks, Beth.
You're welcome, Thomas. And you're right, there's some fascinating tidbits in part 1 as well. Even if one no longer actively plays sports, it's at least fun to read about it, right?
Hey now, kids playing basketball still regret it when they challenge the mailman for a game of horse.
Well, there's no shame in admitting that you're not getting any younger, Thomas. In fact, none of us are exactly spring chickens anymore. Things like your arthritis can't magically be wished away by positive thinking.
Who's up for some blueberry pie?
Speaking of blueberries, my bridge partner, Edna's niece, discovered this mole last week.
Hold that thought, Mildred. I really need to take this. Hello?
Hi there. Could you put me through to Meredith Weiss, please?
Excuse me. Who is this?
Oh, it's Steve. Steve Mitchell from work. Is Meredith there?
Do you understand that people are celebrating Christmas right now?
Wait, what? Christmas? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to bother you. Is it Christmas already? Gosh, I totally missed that. I've been pulling a couple of all-nighters. I'm gonna splash some water on my face. Sorry again, Mr. Weiss. Enjoy your evening. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Everything okay, honey?
That silly boss from Meredith's work called for some reason or other. Never mind. Beth, you were saying?
I wasn't actually, but I was looking for a way to say this, and now's as good a time as any, I suppose. My dear friends, I am leaving Providence Oaks.
What?
You're what?
What's that, dear?
Why?
Well, before we move on to the sad part, let me first tell you the good part. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be a grandmother.
Oh, Beth, that is amazing.
Well, I'll be.
Whose mother?
I mean... Congratulations.
Yes, my son Daniel and his wife are expecting. Isn't that wonderful? But, and here's the proverbial kicker. You may remember that they moved to Savannah, Georgia a few years ago. So if you put 2 and 2 together...
You're moving away to be with them. That's great, Beth. I'm so happy for you.
That is marvelous, Beth. Congratulations. I wish you and your family all the happiness in the world. But I'll miss you something terrible. We all will. But we have to toast to the good news. Thomas, go pour us some brandy and I'll get the pie.
Oh, Thomas, would you have any antacid? That eggnog is starting to stir up something indiscreet.
On it. Now, let's celebrate this wonderful evening, ladies. Here's to a lovely old Christmas spent with good friends.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Hey, Thomas. Did you see the game last night?
Morning, Frank. Nope, we had our Christmas dinner. What happened?
The Celtics were up by 25 in the third quarter, but they still lost the game in double overtime.
So was it a big payday for you?
One of the biggest of the year. And now the odds are dropping for Boston. I'm gonna bet on them to win it all this season.
Nice move. Good luck, Frank.
Thanks, Thomas. Have a good one today.
Season's greetings, P.O. It's the second day of Christmas, and I don't have turtle doves or partridges in pear trees, but you know what I do have?
P.O. positive or pet peeves? Season's greetings to you too, Jack. It's, Angela here. I watched the movie Gremlins the other day, right in my own cozy VCR-equipped living room.
Oh, silly me. I forgot the package.
Yes, I understand, but Maureen said...
Doesn't really matter what Maureen said. I can't help that her orders have been delayed because of the snow. She should have just ordered sooner. It's not like New Year's Eve appeared on the calendar out of nowhere.
That's true, but it was only 2 weeks ago that she decided to throw a celebration at the diner. And once we're sure we can host a proper party for everyone, you are also invited.
That sounds an awful lot like blackmail to me. Please come to my party, Nancy. But first, hand over a football team supply of cheesy dip, quiche, and sloppy joes.
I'm sure she didn't mean it that way, and I'm sure you're more than welcome either way. But I have to run now. Bye, Nancy, and hi-bye, Thomas.
Bye, Kay.
Maureen Hennessy strikes again.
P.O. would be a boring place without her.
Boring? Drama-free might be the word you're looking for. One thing's for sure, she does not know how to run a business. Always bites off more than she can chew. And now I'm supposed to come to the rescue?
Isn't this a great opportunity to generate some extra revenue?
With the ridiculous discount she's demanding, It's mostly nothing but a great opportunity for a lot of extra work. Anyway, is that parcel for me? You can just put it on the counter.
Sure thing, Nancy. Have a great day. There we go. Okay, let's get this to its destination. The Kovacs family always heads to Arizona in the wintertime. And who can blame them? And yet another satisfied customer. Fancy handwriting on this one. Somehow it's always nice when our neighbors get a letter. Here's to you, Andy and Toby. okay, Thomas. Just keep the wheels steady and trust the snow chains on the tires. Ah, the parcel, Thomas. Don't forget the parcel. Part and parcel.
Hey there! Looks like Santa's a little late this year.
If you keep ordering heavy parcels like this, Santa might just skip your house altogether.
Oh, sorry, Thomas. Let me give you a hand. That must be the fire pit I ordered. Now I can finally go ice fishing without freezing at the same time.
Ice fishing? That sounds like a nice adventure.
Well, you're in luck. Bert's out of town, so I could use someone else to talk to. Not that Bert talks that much. How about it? Tomorrow evening?
Sure, let's do it. But you better make sure that fire pit is working.
Perfect. I'll bring all the gear, but feel free to bring some booze. Hey, did you have a nice Christmas, by the way?
Yeah, sure. A nice day off, great food. Hard to complain about that.
Can't agree more. Anyways, I won't hold you up any longer. I need to assemble this baby. See you tomorrow, Thomas. I'll come pick you up.
Out-of-towners, I'm assuming? Welcome to Providence Oaks.
Yeah, just a second, my good man. Gabriel, can you figure out what's wrong with this blasted vehicle? Give me some good news here.
I mean, I'm not really a car mechanic, Mr. Price, but I know the smoke isn't a good sign.
No duh, Einstein. Say, hey, Mr. Mailman, what's your story?
Name's Thomas Weiss, and yes, I do deliver the mail.
Okay, then you're Thomas Weiss, mailman, and I'm Connor Price, annoyed man. Gabe, if you don't know what you're doing, then why on God's green earth are you fiddling around with that engine?
Just thought I'd pop up in the hood, Mr. Price. What with the smoke and all? It needs to vent.
Needs to vent, huh? Never have I felt more like a busted car engine. God! I'm dying in this podunk country-ass town. Bunch of freaking yokels.
So, hey there. I see you've already had the privilege of the full Connor Price experience.
Quite the experience it was. Well worth the price of admission.
Yeah, Connor can be a bit much. Anyway, I'm Ilsa Richter, local TV segment producer turned car problem solver. And that sporting young man over there is Gabriel Serrano, local TV sound guy turned amateur mechanic. Emphasis on amateur.
Hey, I never claimed to know anything about cars. Just because I used to be a studio tech, Mr. Price put me on engine duty. Anyway, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. I'm Thomas Weiss. And as the local mail carrier, I know just the guy to fix your car problem.
If you mean young car service, I'm way ahead of you, Mr. Weiss. They're on their way right now.
That's great, Ilsa. You're an even better car problem solver than you are a segment producer.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Gabe.
That must be Ben Young. You're in capable hands. He'll have you fixed up in no time.
God, I hope so. We need to get to Melville, and we're already way behind schedule.
Hey, Mr. Mailman. Come in here for a second, please.
Excuse me. Duty apparently calls. Happy travels. So, we meet again.
Uh-huh. Hey, I'm new here. All of a sudden, I have to check in 3 people at once who want their own rooms. Separate but close to one another, all equipped with TV VCRs. And, well, long story short, I need to reach Emily Weiss, stat. I'm guessing the local post guy would know where to reach her.
Emily's off today, but I'm sure a smart guy like you will figure things out in no time.
Oh, thank you ever so much for nothing. God, where am I supposed to see whether room 2 has a VCR installed?
I'll just leave the parcel here on the counter. Bye. They're already gone. Mighty fast towing there, Ben. And that's the last one. Whew. Hey, if it isn't Connor Price.
Oh, that's him, huh? He's taller than he looks on TV.
Let's hope he's in a better mood now. He was really quite rude to me earlier.
Wow, sounds like a real jerk.
Mr. Price, aren't you supposed to be in Melville?
Well, hey there. Good to see you, man. Yeah, change of plans, I'm afraid. Oh, hi, ma'am. I don't think we've met. Connor Price, KNW6.
Welcome to the Oregon Trail Motel, sir. Better get to work, honey. I'll see you tonight.
Okay, what's up with her? Christmas hangover?
You'll have to forgive my wife. She can be a bit protective of me.
Protective of you? Oh, I see. You told her about our little kerfuffle earlier. Listen, I'm man enough to admit that it wasn't my finest hour. I'm usually a lot more easygoing. In fact, the Willamette Week once called me one of the most likable faces in local broadcasting.
That's quite all right. Water under the Bear Creek Bridge, as far as I'm concerned.
Uh-huh. Well, when my car isn't breaking down during a tight shooting schedule, I'm a pretty swell guy. Believe me, that's the price guarantee.
So, has Ben Young managed to fix your van yet?
No, that's the change of plans I was referring to. Turns out we need some parts that the garage doesn't have in stock, so Young's having them shipped over ASAP. But in the meantime, we've decided to stay right here in lovely, picturesque, whatchamacallit, USA.
It's Providence Oaks, P.O. for short.
Yeah, well, to be honest, all these little villages look pretty much the same to me anyway. See, we're supposed to be shooting some remotes on local end-of-year festivities and such. A grand kickoff to our special series on small-town American life. And it doesn't really make much of a difference if we start here or in freaking Melville.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
A great little place, too. This town has warmth. I like warmth. And so do our viewers, I'm betting. So get ready for your town to be featured in part 1 of The Oregon Trail. Title pending. Might be a little too on the nose.
That is the same name as this motel. So I guess it isn't particularly original. My wife works here as a receptionist, but she's not the one who named it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Real conversations with real Americans, right? But as fun as this is, I should be turning in. The 3 of us each got our own quaint little room. Mine's non-smoking, unfortunately. Still beats Gabriel's. His doesn't even have a TV. Can you believe it?
Oh, the irony.
Anyway, great banter. See you around, my main mailman.
Bye. Major League Baseball umpires are required to wear black underwear while on the job in case they split their pants. Golf is the only sport to have been played on the moon. On February 6th, 1971, Alan Shepard hit a golf ball on the moon. Because of the low gravity, it may have traveled more than a mile.
What a gloriously fine Friday it is out there, y'all. Want to hear a PO positive? You tuned into the right frequency.
PO positive or pet peeves?
Let's hear one from Mildred Meow Jenkins.
Hi, Jack. I would like to thank our own Robert Harris for all the snow he shoveled from my driveway this week. He even brought a fish snack for my cats. Say thank you to Robert now, my dears.
Way to go, Robert. Feel free to help clear out my driveway as well. It's only about a quarter of a mile. And it'll probably need shoveling because more snow's coming. But we're back to bright and sunny skies later today. Back to the music.
Oh, silly me. I forgot the package. A belated Christmas gift? Maybe. Hi, Beth. Got a delivery for you. Where do you want it?
Oh, dear Thomas, I almost didn't see you come in there. I was lost in thought, I suppose. Please just put it on the counter, if you will. Thank you. And thank you again for a lovely Christmas dinner. I had a marvelous time with you all.
We loved having you over, Beth, as always. Emily and I had a great time. Although always is not going to last forever, it seems.
Well put, Thomas. I do like that.
It was a bit unexpected, but I can understand why the grass is greener in the south for you right now.
My reason for leaving is wonderful, for sure. I can only count myself fortunate. And I wouldn't miss a thing now that the little one is on the way. Oh, but I will miss you two. As Helen Keller once wrote, so long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good.
You're like a walking library, Beth. Always a fitting quote.
So, haven't you ever thought of moving closer to Meredith over all these years? She is living quite a ways away, right?
Thought about it? Yes. Your news has put things into perspective, I suppose. But leaving here would sure be a big step. Maybe too big, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Meredith will even make it out here one day. And there's always the phone, of course.
And don't forget the postal service.
Binding the nation together.
Well, I won't keep you any longer, Thomas. I need to sort through this new delivery you've just brought in. And believe you me, that's going to take me a while.
I understand. It's best to take your time with things like that.
Exactly. Whether one likes it or not. Until next time, my friend.
Up and at 'em. See you, Beth. Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. Neither snow nor rain, nor heat nor gloom of night. Fancy handwriting on this one. Okay, let's get this to its destination. Ah, look who's here.
Hey, Thomas. Yeah, I needed to take care of some stuff. Hardly any customers at the post office anyway.
Aren't you at least a little worried that Walter Morgan might show up?
Morgan? I don't think so. Last time that city slicker tried driving in the snow, he totaled his car against the deer statue.
Can't say that you're wrong there, Frank.
That big sucker you're carrying is for me, huh? Right on time. It's all coming together. Hey, Thomas, you can keep a little secret, right?
Well, I've always tried and rarely failed.
I'll take the chance. It's not a big deal in any case. A buddy of mine was able to get his hands on some premium quality fireworks. I'm selling them with a nice profit. And anything I can't sell, well, let's just say you want to be outside Moe's Diner when the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve.
Frank, that sounds illegal and dangerous. I'm going to leave now and pretend we never had this conversation.
Okay, Thomas, fair enough. See you at the office. And I hope you still enjoy the show.
Okay, so we still need to check Spanner Dam for the mood shots. According to this, it offers damn fine views, so...
Hey, Mr. Mailman. Come on over. Talk to us for a sec.
Gabe, we don't have time for idle chit-chat.
He can help us out, Ilsa. No one knows the town like a mailman. Right, Mr. Weiss?
Quite right. What do you need?
Yeah, Gabe. What do you need?
Well, we're scouting out this beautiful town of yours for our report on Small Town America. It's great, but we could use the inside track. So, any secret spots we're bound to miss, but shouldn't?
Well... the watchtower up at Eagle Peak. You can take in the view among the treetops.
But make sure you watch out for those creaky steps.
Oh, hey, Maureen.
Now, here's your coffee, folks. Sorry for the delay. Faucet's been acting up again, which should have been fixed yesterday.
Oh, you want me to check on it, Miss Hennessy?
Oh, now look at you. My knight in woolen armor. Would you, dear?
I can take a look.
Well, isn't that nice of you? Back of the kitchen, honey. Ashley, someone who does know what he's doing is coming in. Show him where the busted faucet is. And stay out of his way. Ashley's a sweetheart, but when it comes to fixing things, that boy is all thumbs.
See, this is what the segment should be. Interacting with the townsfolk, helping out. I love it.
such a nice fellow.
Yeah, you're in good hands, Maureen. Gabriel may look and act like a naive little pup, but he can fix anything. Well, except for our van. But other than that...
Oh, is that a fact? Well, in that case, I can think of a few more things he could fix around here, if you catch my drift.
Classic Maureen.
Let me just go check him out. Check on him, I mean.
So, anyway.
So?
Oh, wait. You had the Connor Price experience the other day. Have you recovered yet?
I actually encountered him outside the motel yesterday evening. We had a nice chat about your new plans.
Really? Oh, did he greet you with, "Good to see you, man"?
Yes. How did you know?
That's his go-to when he's forgotten your name. It's "Good to see you, man" for guys and "Hey, lady" for gals.
Really?
Wouldn't worry about it, though. He called me Lisa for the better part of a year. Connor's a lot. But I guess after this week, I can update my resume with not just segment producer and car problem solver, but also Connor Price wrangler.
You know, you remind me of my daughter. Smart, tough, a little too hardworking.
Oh? And does her cynical demeanor mask her deeply felt insecurities and profound loneliness, too? Kidding. Or am I? I'm not as tough as I look. Sometimes that whole Connor Price experience can get to me. At least Gabe's a welcome antidote, that big old puppy dog. He's as uncomplicated as Connor is complicated.
Well now, sounds like someone is getting a little warm under the collar for our Gabriel. Just between you and me, honey, I have a hunch that feeling is more than mutual.
Maureen, is the faucet fixed yet?
All I know is, I just spent 5 minutes with our knight in the kitchen, and during that time, he mentioned Ilsa about 12 times.
Really? Well,
Faucet's all better now, Mo. And we should be hitting the road right about now.
Right. Thanks, Maureen. Nice talking to you, Thomas.
Bye now, folks. Be sure to check in again soon, you hear? Huh, these TV folks sure know how to liven things up, don't they?
Indeed, Maureen. They're the talk of the town, all right.
Oh, that reminds me. You know about my little New Year's Eve shindig, right? I'm counting on you and Emily. We'll party like it's 1986. Because it will be.
Of course we'll be there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Best get back to it. See you, Mo.
Bye now.
That's it for today. Back to the post office.
I'll get it. Hello?
Very good evening. Am I talking to Mrs. Emily Weiss?
Yes, sir, that would be me.
Ah, fantastic. It's a pleasure to talk to you. My name is Christian Carmichael, and I represent Fly into Florida.
Oh, hi there.
I have great news for you, Mrs. Weiss. It's been a while, but do you perhaps remember entering into our Fly into Florida sweepstakes?
Now that you mention it, I think so. Yeah. Was that the one on the back of the juice carton?
That's the one. And I am more than happy to tell you that you are the winner of the grand prize.
The grand prize? Wow, fantastic. I'm afraid I've forgotten what it was. Could you refresh my memory a little bit?
No problem, Mrs. Weiss. You have won a 2-week trip to Florida for two.
Wow, Florida? Really? I won? I have never won anything in my life. Hold on, I need to tell my husband. Honey, we won! I'm talking to a gentleman from Fly into Florida, and he says we've won a 2-week holiday for two.
Get out of here. Florida? Wow!
Isn't it great? We're so happy. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You've got plenty of time to let it all sink in. Next, we'll be sending you an extra special envelope. It will contain a confirmation letter, airline tickets, hotel tickets, and I totally forgot to say this earlier, a $500 check covering any additional expenses.
Wow. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, it most definitely is, Mrs. Weiss. And we'll be making sure you both have the time of your life. There's one thing I must stress. The dates can't be altered. So if you have plans for the first 2 weeks of September, this would be a great moment to change them. And I hope this answers all of your questions for now. Congratulations on winning. And we look forward to seeing you fly into Florida.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think I need to sit down for a moment. Florida.
Oh, that's Robert. Sorry, honey. I can't celebrate with you right now. But I'll make it up to you tomorrow night at Moe's.
I will hold you to that. Have fun on the ice, hon. And when you start to freeze out there, just think of sunny Florida.
Ooh, boy. Drilling a hole, getting that fire pit going. Ice fishing's a lot of work. And it's cold, but we're fishing all right.
Great stuff, Robert. Thanks for taking me along.
No problem, Thomas. Wouldn't have enjoyed it half as much by myself. Man, it's nice out here. This setting could use a guitar.
Yeah, some guitar tunes would sound nice right now.
It'd be a shame to disturb the peace now, though. Hey, what was Emily going on about when I picked you up? You guys are going to Florida?
Yeah. Apparently, we won a 2-week trip.
Wow, congrats. Not that Florida's my cup of tea, if I'm honest.
Someplace else you'd rather go?
I'm perfectly fine staying right here.
And you're probably perfectly right, Robert.
Yeah, I'm not always perfectly sure about that. Could be that I'm a little stuck in my ways. But at least I'm not desperately looking for the one, you know?
Yeah, just give it a little time. Or a lot. Nothing wrong with that.
Wouldn't it be ideal if Mrs. Wright dropped by my house one day?
Certainly. And also quite improbable. But you never know.
Let's drink to that. Would be a shame if Emily filled that flask of yours for nothing.
Ha! Finally, a sensible remark.
Cheers. Now let's catch a fish and get the hell out of here.
Hey, Thomas, do you have a minute?
Sure, Frank. What's up?
Listen, I just got a heads up from one of my buddies at HQ. He said Walter Morgan left for PO with tires screeching. I need to lay low for a while. If you see him, you haven't seen me, okay?
Gotcha, Frank. Don't worry about him.
Holy crap! Morgan's on the premises. I'm not here.
Good morning, Mr. Weiss.
Good morning, Mr. Morning.
I'm looking for Frank. Could you tell me where he is, please?
Frank? Frank Coleman? Haven't seen him here.
And where is he, if he's not here?
He's probably out delivering. Could be anywhere.
I guess I'll have to be patient then. We've received a report that a man with a mustache dressed in a light blue shirt was offering illegal fireworks to people in the postal office parking lot. If that man is Frank, and I'm sure it is, then that's strike 3 for Mr. Coleman. Please tell him I'm looking for him. Have a good day.
Is he gone?
Yes, Frank.
Holy crap, that was a close call. Thanks so much, Thomas. I guess Frank Coleman's going into hiding for a while.
Frank, don't you think it's better to just come clean?
Don't worry about it. It'll blow over like always. See you Sunday evening. I guess we'll have to play poker with the curtains closed.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Get ready for a pet peeve from Joseph.
PO positive or pet peeves?
Jack, I've been watching that TV series everyone's been raving about. What's it called? Hamburger with Fries? I expected a charming sitcom like Bon Appetit, but instead got treated to a lousy mix of mediocre puns and gratuitous violence. If this is where TV shows are heading, then I'm heading the other way.
Oh, boy. Well, I'll bet you'll have the road all to yourself, Joseph. On to the weather. We're starting the day sunny, but we'll have lots of snow for you folks later on. Enough talking. Here are some tunes.
Part and parcel.
Ah, there you are. Could you bring this box over to the diner? And if they ask, there's no discount.
Sure, why not?
Thanks. And remember, no discount.
Roger that. another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. There we go. Heron Circle. Fancy handwriting on this one. belated Christmas gift? Maybe.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, please tell me that's a big box full of snacks from the general store?
This is a big box full of snacks from the general store. Delivered to you free of charge.
You're a doll, Thomas. Did Nancy Carlisle mention anything about a discount?
Oh, right, yes. I believe she said no discount.
No discount? Is Nancy Carlisle really trying to charge me full price for snacks that are about to go past their expiration dates?
Yikes, that would be pretty sad.
I can't believe people could be like that. That heartless creature.
Maureen, easy now. She just drives a hard bargain.
Pardon my French, Thomas, but she always manages to drive me up a wall. I'll stop bothering you now. I'll think of something, don't you worry.
Yet another heavy package for you, Ben.
Let me take that off your hands, Thomas. You know, I feel guilty enough as it is. Having you lug around those car parts week in and week out.
That's the job, Ben. Neither snow nor rain nor heavy packages
Stay these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. I'm serious, though. If you don't mind me saying, you're getting up there. Ever think of hanging up the old coat and bag?
Hey, we can't all have our daughters follow in our footsteps when we retire the way you can.
Well, that's true enough. Son of a gun. It's the engine parts for the news van. Didn't expect them to come in so soon.
Oh, that's great. Now they'll be able to roam around PO for their report.
Yep. With any luck, that thing will be up and running before the end of the day.
Godspeed, my friend.
And the same to you, old-timer.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. Okay, let's get this to its destination. Nobody's home. Another day, done and dusted.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi there, Beth. What brings you here?
I saw you arrive just now, so I decided to venture across the road with a minor request.
Sure thing. What can I do you for?
It's just one small thing, I promise, and, well, I suppose you can see what it is. A first gift to the little one, you see, since Christmas in Georgia fell through. It just needs an address, and I'm not sure where to put it. Could I leave this with you so you could make sure it gets where it needs to go? I have the information right here on an old envelope. It's the return address in the top corner.
Of course, Beth. I can understand that labeling a package like this can seem daunting. Bears will do that to you.
You're a real gentleman, Thomas. Thank you. I have a stack of returned holiday gifts that need sorting before I close.
I've handled many a strange parcel in my day. Not to worry. I'll take care of it.
Thank you, Thomas. Truly. I'll get the postage to you later, I promise. Oh, and please tell Emily I have a great idea for this Sunday's girls' night. It's a surprise. Bye now.
Sure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's us. Your dad is standing right next to me.
Hiya.
Hi! Shouldn't you two be at Moe's right now?
Yeah, we're about to jump in the car, but we wanted to share some exciting news with you. Oh, first things first, though. How was your Christmas?
Well, I worked. And Tess and I made a Christmas meal you probably won't ever find in a cookbook. But we had a lovely evening. Thanks, Mom. Can I get the exciting news now, please?
Okay, so your dad and I will fly into Florida this September. I won a sweepstakes.
Get out of here. Wow, that's so awesome, Mom. Florida in September. Beats the PO weather, huh?
Oh, sure does.
Dad, are you excited as well?
I sure am.
Aren't you worried about flying there? Last time you came to visit, it took a few hours for that green tinge to leave your face.
Oh, Meredith, don't make it worse than it was.
Fine. Maybe he just boozed too much on the plane. Have you checked if the flight includes free cocktails? Best bring your flask, Dad, just in case.
If you were here for Christmas, you might have gotten one from Santa.
Oh, well. I may not have been there, but at least my boss called to interrupt your dinner. Sorry about that, by the way. Rest assured he was appropriately ashamed.
We all make mistakes, Meredith. Some of us just more than others.
I can't disagree there. Oh, hey, you two shouldn't keep Maureen waiting.
You're right about that. Your dad will go and get the car warmed up, right, honey?
That's my cue. Bye, Em. Take care.
Bye. Have fun tonight.
Thanks for getting the car all toasty for us, honey.
You're very welcome, dear. It's my pleasure.
We've been doing this for decades now, and I've never stopped looking forward to spending my Saturday evening here with you.
I feel the same way, Em. I'm a lucky man to have you.
Good evening, you two beautiful people. Ready to order? Or should I just write down pancakes for lovely Emily and a T-bone steak for Big Thomas here?
Oh, Maureen, your intuition never ceases to amaze me. It sure is pancake time for me again.
Big Thomas would very much like that, Maureen. Thanks.
You got it. Be right back, folks. Ashley, it's pancake time! And get the steaks out!
This will never get old. But Beth making surprise plans and this Florida trip landing in our lap got me thinking a little bit. If we're getting close to being able to do whatever we feel like doing, does that mean we should stay in PO forever?
And move closer to Meredith? To the big city?
No. I need space and fresh air and warmth. That's the nice thing about Florida. And it's not like your arthritis will stop acting up in weather like this.
I am looking forward to that Florida trip the more I think about it. It's a perfect opportunity to test the waters.
Oh, wasn't it nice the way Meredith reacted to the news? Although I'm sure she's a little envious.
Yeah. When's the last time she had a few days off and left the big smoke?
Okay, folks, while Ashley's busy in the kitchen, it's time to fill Mo in on a few details. A little birdie told me you two were off somewhere fancy.
Maureen, I was planning on telling you and the girls all about it tomorrow evening. But I'm sure you've also heard it's Florida in September.
Florida in September. Oh, imagine that. Oh, I'm so happy for you two.
Thanks, Maureen. Have you ever been to Florida?
Are you offering your ticket to me? Oh, Thomas, that's so nice of you.
Nice try, Maureen. Nice try. But the only one sitting next to me on that plane is my man.
Are you totally sure about that, though? I heard that a certain Walter Morgan will probably not be very lenient with holiday requests from the postal office employees.
Morgan. His bark is always worse than his bite.
If Walter Morgan gets in the way of that, I'll get in his way.
I don't think I'm supposed to actually run a bar, but sure, all right.
Oh, that means dinner's almost ready. Be right back, folks.
See, things like this, they bother me sometimes. Maureen's a sweetheart, but it's almost impossible to have a private life here.
That sure is true. Would be nice to walk around somewhere without everyone calling you mailman.
That's a good thing about working at the motel. Most of the people I'll never see again. Oh, Maureen's heading this way again. Let's just enjoy our lovely dinner together, shall we?
We shall. Have I already told you that you look wonderful tonight?
Look alive, folks. 2 plates of the good stuff.
Oh, Thomas, my dear, sweet husband.
The one and only. No autographs.
Oh, the sweetest man alive. Always prepared to help out anyone who asks for a favor, even on his Sunday off.
Okay, Em. What needs doing?
The motel called, and, well, the TV crew would very much like to rent some movies from the Flick Shack today. But I couldn't just let poor little Angie ferry them over in this weather. So...
So you promise them I'd do it?
Bingo! Would you, dear? Pretty please.
Of course, Em. You've been so busy lately. It'll be my pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much, darling. Tell you what, I'll make some extra tasty snacks for your poker night tonight. How's that?
It's a deal.
Thomas Weiss, as I live and breathe. What in tarnation are you doing out and about in the mail truck on a Sunday?
Came to pick up some movies for the TV crew.
Oh, I know. Your wife called ahead.
Happy to do it for Emily. And for you. And for the TV crew. Parts of it, anyway.
But first things first. So, what's the hot gossip on these out-of-towners?
Well... Ilsa Richter is their producer. Obviously, she's the brains of the outfit.
Mm-hmm. Her I've met. Came into the store yesterday asking about P.O. and whether I liked it here. Cute as a button, that one. And only in town for a couple days. Perfect for a girl on the rebound. Shame she's into men. One in particular.
Are you sure? How do you figure?
The way her eyes lit up when she mentioned that colleague of hers, Gabriel. Trust me, a girl knows. What about the rest?
There's Gabriel Serrano. He's the sound guy. Nice guy, full of vim and vigor.
Sounds delightful. So anyway, let's get down to brass tacks. According to Emily, our intrepid reporters have 2 rooms equipped with VCRs between them. One for Connor Price, KNW6, and one for Ilsa Richter.
Great. I know what we should get for Connor. All the President's Men. That should give him some inspiration.
Great idea. But Connor's already made his pick. Octopussy. It says it's James Bond's all-time high. I guess they forgot about that time he went to the moon.
Fine by me. And what did Ilsa choose?
That's where we come in. See, she wants us to pick the movie she'll be watching with her colleague, Gabriel. Thomas, she wants us to pick the movie she'll be watching with Gabriel.
We can play matchmaker by picking something romantic. Got it.
Exactly. Guide Cupid's arrows, so to speak. After all, 'tis the season.
For a little post-Christmas magic? Maybe.
You and Emily are regular customers, so you know what I have available. So, which film will it be?
Let's go with Love Story. Or is that too on the nose?
It's perfect, and we won't risk being too subtle. It has love right there in the title.
Great. Love Story it is.
The dynamic duo of stupid Cupid strikes again. Although I suppose this is our first strike. Anyway, Here's hoping that this is the start of a beautiful love story.
I have a good feeling about this. Anyway, I'd best be on my way, getting these to the motel.
Yeah, thanks for doing this, Thomas. My car, much like myself, is not built for snow. Say hi to Emily.
Will do. Bye, Angie. Special delivery. I need the room numbers for Price and Richter.
Just drop them off at number 6. That's Richter. She'll take care of it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Movie delivery for Connor Price Wrangler Ilsa Richter.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Price. I thought this was Ilsa's room.
No, that's room 9, but think nothing of it, my guy. Ooh, you got me my Bond movie.
Yes, sir. Apparently it's James Bond's all-time high.
Love it. You know, Moore's an even better 007 than Connery. He just oozes that classy British wit. Thank you so much. Ta-da! Pow!
Here's hoping this is Ilsa Richter's room.
Yay! Good to see you, Thomas. So, what movie did you and Angie pick for me and Gabe?
Here you go.
Love story. Haven't seen this one. What's it about? Tennis?
Good one. Not about tennis, but it's still pretty ace.
Ha ha. I'm sure it is. Looking forward to it. Let me guess. This was Angie's pick.
Well, let's just say it was a group effort.
Okay. Well, color me curious. Hope it's age appropriate for big old puppy dogs. Oh, speaking of, on your way out, could you give a quick knock on Gabe's door, just so he'll know it's movie time? It's room number 2.
Will do.
Great. See ya.
Gabriel Serrano, the lady in room number 9 humbly requests your presence for an evening of home cinema.
Thanks, Thomas. I'll be right over.
My work here is done.
Okay, Ben. Question for you. Do you have that ace or not? You don't have to say yes or no. Just say anything. All I need to hear is one word from you to know if you're bluffing. Nothing? Not even a twitch or a blink? All right, I'll do the talking. I'm all in.
Call.
And he just instantly calls me. Great. I don't even need to see your hand. Well played, sir.
Thanks, Jack. You got unlucky there.
I don't know. I just don't have the patience for poker. You know, reading a poker book ain't gonna change that. Hey, Thomas? Why are the curtains closed, by the way? Last time I checked, home games are legal.
It's probably better if Frank answers that question.
I sure can. Walter Morgan's on my tail. Someone snitched on me, and now I need to lay low until I have a good enough alibi.
Morgan again? What'd you do, Frank? I hope you didn't put ladies' underwear in his briefcase again.
And please tell me you stopped putting dead rats in his exhaust.
The classics. No, I didn't prank him at all this time. He's just out to get me. All I did was sell fireworks to someone. He said something about that being my third strike. I might actually lose my job, fellas.
Don't you think he's bluffing, Frank?
I'm afraid not, Thomas. I'm not gonna call his bluff in any case. I just need a plan.
I'm guessing they don't have any photographic evidence. Pictures of you selling these fireworks?
Just that there's a guy fitting my description. What are you getting at?
I might have a little plan. But let's first play a few more hands. I'm down almost 30 bucks.
One sec, Jack. Frank, I'm curious. We know Walter Morgan has a few reasons to dislike you, but why do you dislike him?
I could tell you why, but it's not a pretty tale. And it better not leave this room, kitchen.
Sure, Frank.
My lips are sealed, for once.
You know I'm no snitch, Frank.
Thanks, boys. All right, so this one time back in the summer of '69, it was before I started working in P.O. There were a couple of pesky stray dogs wandering around HQ. I say pesky, but they never really hurt anyone. Just got a little excited if you walked past them eating a sandwich or whatever. Can't blame them, huh? They were hungry, even though I fed them every now and then. Morgan found out, of course, and after one complaint too many, he took matters into his own hands. Or should I say, feet. He lured a couple of them behind his car, and before I knew what was going on, it was too late. I heard a loud and gut-wrenching howl. I saw two dogs run away, and Smokey, my favorite one, limped after them. It's the last time I ever saw those sweet dogs. Then Walter Morgan looked me straight in the eye with a smug grin on his face, and he said, "This is how you do a proper job, Frank." I can still see that grin when I close my eyes.
Okay, that does it. Walter Morgan is now on my eternal shit list, and I'll make sure the rest of P.O. knows about it.
Poor Smokey. Dogs can survive a broken leg, right?
What a despicable human being. I can't believe he did that.
Well, he didn't. I was joking, of course. I don't really have a good reason for disliking Walter Morgan. That boring old pencil pusher just rubs me the wrong way.
Damn it, Frank, you had us good.
Okay, folks. Ante up. Here we go again.
Psst, Thomas, over here.
Hey, Frank. Thanks for filling up the dumpster.
I wish that was all I was doing here. I'm trying to stay out of sight. Looks like Morgan will be at the post office all day. Listen up. Jack and I cooked up a little plan. I'm sure Morgan will be gone soon, but I gotta get out of here now. You haven't seen me.
Top of the Monday morning, P.O. We're starting this week with a warning from Lucinda.
P.O. positive or pet peeves?
Hi, Jack. KNW6 TV crew's filming in P.O. yesterday with Connor Bryce. As a big fan, I just had to ask him for an autograph.
McGill's got such a great price on this house when the Sugarmans moved away. There we go. Fancy handwriting on this one. They must be out of town for the holidays. Hi there, ladies.
Hi, Thomas.
Hello, Thomas.
Got a delivery for the diner, Kay.
Great. Not from the general store, I see.
Don't think so. It seems way too heavy to be full of hot air.
Oh well. Okay, so before I leave, we had this awesome girls' night yesterday thanks to Beth. It was hilarious. When I first saw where we were going, my brain went, oh my god. And when the guy showed us what we were going to do, my brain went, oh my god. And when we started, it was so yuck, but also so cool, you know? I've never done anything like that before, and I loved that I got a chance to find out. But then again, I doubt that I will ever try it again.
Ah, yes, the girls' night. Well, whatever happens on girls' night and all that.
Well, it's not exactly a secret. We made haggis.
Oh, Gesundheit.
I said haggis. It's a Scottish dish made from a sheep's liver, lungs, heart, and suet, all stuffed into a sheep's stomach. It's this fascinating traditional gourmet staple stemming from the 15th century, would you believe? Poems have been written about it.
Meat on top of meat? Sign me up.
I have some leftover from last night, if you're interested.
It was so gross. I'll have nightmares about zombie sheep for weeks. Bleh. Okay, hate to leave you two, but I really have to sort out this delivery ASAP, or Maureen will go bananas. Talk soon. Thanks again for the great evening, Beth.
Bye.
Bye, Kay. Well, now, I really should get back to the grind as well. Those New Year's price reductions aren't going to fix themselves.
Hold on, Beth. Quick word about Saturday?
Oh? What's on your mind?
Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Don't you worry about me, Thomas. I'm fit as a fiddle. Now, if that's all, I really need to get back to the bookstore.
I don't mean to pry. I just want to make sure everything's good.
What do you mean?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong?
Okay, you've got me. Can we sit down here for a bit? Heavens, I do feel a bit caught out. But I have to admit, it does warm my heart to know that I cannot fool my friends. Well, out with it, Beth. You see, it's my eyes, Thomas. I have glaucoma, which means my optic nerve is deteriorating. I found out a few months ago.
Oh, no. Have you told anyone about it?
I haven't told Emily yet. Daniel knows. It's not that bad yet, but it's not getting any better either. The thing is, this kind of condition happens slowly. And I haven't been the fastest in getting it treated, but they can stabilize it. That's why I wasn't able to fix the parcel on my own last Saturday. And that's why I'm starting to miss a few details here and there when I'm in the store. Or asking for peas instead of beans at Christmas dinner with all of my friends of all places.
I had no idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
It's sweet of you, but there is no need to treat me any differently. I've been going about my business as usual, first and foremost, because the deterioration is so gradual. Until I couldn't really do the little things anymore. Things like reading small print are getting difficult, which was a painful thing to accept at first. Working in the bookstore is starting to give me more issues than I'd like. Getting older. It's a strange thing, isn't it? It's like that Robert Frost poem. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Doesn't mean I wouldn't mind taking a little nap in between from time to time, though.
Is this why you're really leaving for Georgia? I mean, will you be able to take care of yourself in the long run?
It is a big part of why I'm leaving, yes. But at the same time, it isn't.
How's that?
What I'm trying to say is, when you really look at it, in the end, it's not all bad. You see, every limit is a beginning as well as an ending, as T.S. Eliot puts it. For me, there's really no use dwelling too much on that limit. I can't change it anymore at this point anyway. But I do have a choice in how to deal with it. Plus, Georgia has a lot to offer: museums, social clubs, and most importantly, my family. If you look at it like that, getting older may still feel like a cursed time, surely, but I also see each new year as a gift. An opportunity to start new adventures, explore, and have more fun. You can't take something like that for granted.
I like that mindset.
I had a feeling you'd understand.
Hey, I'd make a pretty poor friend if I didn't.
Well, I guess I really should be going now. Thank you once again, Thomas. I do feel better now that it's out. You're a good friend.
Anytime, Beth. Bye now. Out of town for the holidays, but he did ask me to keep an eye on his place.
Okay, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, let's get this in one. I'm freezing my ass off. When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. In the summer months, this lake is bustling with activity. As the local fishermen cast their rods, the tourists plunk down hard-earned cash to rent a boat and spend a delightful sun-soaked day on the water. Not so during this particularly harsh winter, however. Now the watery heart of Providence Oaks finds itself completely frozen over. No, that won't do as an analogy, because now we're sort of implying that residents have grown cold-hearted during the winter. Doesn't work, doesn't scan.
Yeah, and what was with that Chekhov stuff?
I don't get it. Chekhov? Like from Star Trek?
All right. Let's try something else. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. How's it going?
Oh, don't mind me. I wouldn't want to interrupt.
Hey, listen, how about I ask you a couple of questions on camera? Just simple stuff about the town.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Great. Just move over here. Are we both in the shot?
Yeah, that's fine.
This'll be great. The lake as a backdrop. Perfect. Let's go. All right. This is...
His name is Thomas Weiss.
I knew that. Thomas and I go way back. As the local mailman for truly countless years, Thomas Weiss knows Providence Oaks like he knows the back of his own hand. So, Mr. Weiss, how would you characterize this small, cold town and its warm inhabitants?
That's easy, Connor. Whether you're new in town or have lived here for ages, what's clear is this. This gorgeous little lake town of ours cannot be summed up in a single soundbite. Nevertheless, when the low winter sun hits that shimmering water just right, you realize this is the most beautiful place imaginable. And you'll know what will always ring true is, this is home.
And cut. Ah, that's so sweet, Thomas Weiss. Completely unusable, but sweet. I know I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, that went well, kind of. Now, let's scout out the establishing shots at the far end of the pier. Let's go, Connor.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Gabe, you can take 5. My advice would be to take those 5 in the van, to reduce the risk of any further ass freezing off incidents.
Noted. Thanks, Ilsa.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's.
Mr. Weiss. Thomas, sir.
Hi, Gabriel. What's up?
Just that, well, we'll be ringing in the new year right here in Providence Oaks. So, my mom is shipping over my tuxedo. Can you make sure it arrives okay? She says she clearly marked the package Serrano Room 2.
Oh, of course. Mailman's promise. So, how did you and Ilsa like the movie?
Oh man, it was beautiful. Heavy stuff, though. At the end, Ilsa totally had tears in her eyes. And, well, so did I. There is something else I wanted to ask you about. I guess I'm curious. How did you, woo your wife?
It's pretty simple and cliched. She's my high school sweetheart. I took her to the fairy tale dance. We snuck off to smooch under the bleachers, and the rest is ancient history. But I'm guessing that doesn't help you with what you really want to know. You want to know if you should make a move on Ilsa.
Shh, keep it down! Don't mention her name. But yeah, I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. It's just, you seem like a wise man. I'd really appreciate your advice.
Well, okay then. My advice is to think about how things felt last night. Let that guide your decision. It might sound corny, but you can't go wrong following your heart.
Wow. And is that your definitive judgment?
definitive judgment sounds a little heavy-handed, but basically, yeah.
All done. Hey, what are you two schmoozing about?
Oh, we were discussing the delivery of Gabriel's New Year's Eve attire.
Excellent. Now start the engine, Gabriel. We're rolling out pronto. Man alive, it's cold today.
On it, Mr. Price. Thanks, Thomas. You've been a huge help. So, take good care of that tux, yeah?
Will do. Bye, folks. There we go.
Oh, Thomas, hello there. Could you be a sweetheart and bring that over to me?
Of course.
Oh, careful now. Robert cleared most of the snow, but it's still a bit slippery. Thank you so much. If only I still had the balance and agility of my feline friends. Oh, and good day to you, of course.
Good day to you too, Mildred. And Genevieve.
Thomas, honestly, this isn't Genevieve. It's Mortimer. They look nothing alike. Isn't that right, Mortimer?
Oh, pardon me. I can't quite keep track of all your cats.
Well, I do have a lot of them, but not quite as many as there are streets in Providence Oaks, and you can keep those apart. So, what do you have for me today, Thomas?
Just a letter.
Let's see. This sounds interesting. Apparently, I need to make a few copies of this letter, and if you send this letter along with $5 to the first 6 people on this list, your name will be added to the bottom. Soon enough, your name will rise to the top. Then many people will send you $5. You will earn lots of money with one small investment. Oh, what a great idea! What do you think, Mortimer?
Maybe you should talk this over with your son rather than your cat. Before committing $30. I'm certain he'll advise against it.
Are you sure, Thomas? They make it sound so easy.
Trust me on this, Mildred. If you've seen one pyramid scheme, you've seen them all.
$30 is quite a bit of money. I'll think about it.
You do that, Mildred. See you at Moe's tomorrow night?
Probably. Bye, dear.
Hey, Thomas, have you seen Jack?
Nope, I haven't, Frank. how did it go with Morgan?
Didn't happen, yet. But I need Jack to pull it off. I'm a sitting duck right now. I'm toast if Morgan suddenly shows up.
Really? What's the worst that can happen?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting your conversation. Mr. Coleman, I see you've managed to be present at the job position you're currently holding. I think it's time you and I had a little chat inside the office.
Mr. Morgan, it's so good to see you again. A little chat sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid there's an extremely urgent parcel I have to deliver right now. So stay put, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
You can stay right here, Frank. I'm sure Mr. Weiss would be happy to deliver that package for you. Right, Thomas?
Sure, Mr. Morgan. I just finished my round, so it's not a bother.
Excuse me, sir? Hi. Hello. I heard you were looking for a guy in a light blue shirt with a mustache to purchase illegal fireworks in the parking lot of the post office? Well, you found him.
Illegal fireworks? Who do you think I am?
Sir, you don't have to keep your guard up. Frank and Thomas here both know me very well, and I'm sure they won't tell a soul about what you're doing right now. So, what will it be? I've got rockets, Roman candles, fountains, sparklers. I even have barrages that'll give you a fireworks extravaganza that you won't ever forget.
I think there must be a misunderstanding here. Please, don't put Mr. Morgan in this position. If people walk by and see this, they might snitch on him and get him into trouble. He could even lose his job over this.
I don't think Mr. Morgan is interested in buying fireworks, to be honest.
I'll tell you what will happen now. I'm going to get in my car, start the engine, drive home, and pretend I did not just spend 3 days in Providence Oaks for absolutely nothing.
Sir, if you take a left at the deer statue, you'll eventually pass my barn, and I can fill your trunk there in just 1 minute. Do you have cash on hand?
Gentlemen, I'll be back next year. Frank Coleman, your luck will run out one day.
I wouldn't bet on it. Tally-ho, Morgan.
Boy, oh boy.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Thanks, guys. I owe you one.
Hello?
Evening, Thomas. It's Maureen.
Oh, hi, Maureen. If you're looking for Emily, she's at the motel right now.
I was actually looking for you, Thomas. I don't know what to do with this Nancy situation. I get so worked up just thinking about it. And that usually gets in the way of doing the right thing, you know? I need to talk to someone who's a bit more emotionally detached from the situation.
How can I help you, Maureen?
Simply put, I don't know if I should give in to that Nancy Carlisle and her overpriced snacks, or tell that woman to take a hike. But then we'll end up with a lackluster New Year's Eve party.
A party is about having a good time with people you like. Who cares if the snacks aren't great?
That's what I'd like to think as well. But I just don't like to disappoint people.
People should be glad you're throwing a party at all. They can leave if they don't like it.
I think you're onto something there, Thomas. I'm not yet totally sure what I'm gonna do, but at least my mind's at ease now. Thanks for lending me your ear and advice. You're a doll.
You're welcome, Maureen. Take it easy. The yo-yo started out as a weapon in the Philippines during the 16th century, before being introduced to the United States as a toy in 1929. It weighed 4 pounds and had a 20-foot cord. Australian rower Bobby Pierce won the 1928 Olympic Games against 8 other competitors, even though he stopped during the race to let ducks pass in front of him.
Good morning, P.O. I'm starting today with the weather forecast. It will be bright and beautiful. Which brings us to the last P.O. positive or pet peeve of the year. It's one from yours truly, who'd like to end 1985 on a positive note.
P.O. positive or pet peeves?
We all know P.O. is the best place in the world. And it's, of course, all because of the people living here. And by people, I mean most of the people. The majority. More than half in any case. So, thank you for that. And let's keep it up. I've got a feeling 1986 will be a special year, and I can't wait for it to roll on. Stay safe out there today and tonight. Have a good one. Cheers. Back to the music.
Fancy handwriting on this one. Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's. belated Christmas gift? Maybe. Nobody's home. Another day, another dollar. I'm starting to sound like Frank. Okay, let's get this to its destination.
The vending machine is out of soda. I'll refill it later this week.
P.O. Tuxedo Service. He's not in. I should probably leave it with Ilsa then. Room 9. P.O. Tuxedo Service.
Hi, Thomas. Oh, is that Gabriel's tux?
Signed, sealed, delivered. That's the Weiss guarantee.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Thanks.
Right then, I'll...
I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long. Ooh, when I use my witchcraft. Ooh, ooh. When I use my witchcraft. Ooh, ooh, yeah.
Well...
Great. So... See you tonight at the diner. Oh, and thank you.
My pleasure, Ilsa.
Oh, hey, Thomas. We're about to do a little interview, but you're welcome to listen in. Mr. Price, you know Thomas Weiss, don't you?
Sure do. You're resident mailman, am I right? Good to see you, man.
Hi, guys. Don't mind me. I'll just be a fly on the wall here.
That was Open Sky by Velvet Moon, one of my favorites. Folks, we have a special treat for you today because I have a guest here at the Reynolds studio. You know that happens from time to time, but today it's a bona fide big shot. None other than KNW6's own newsman extraordinaire, Mr. Connor Price.
Thanks for having me, Jack. Always nice to talk to a fellow broadcaster. So, how long have you been doing this local show?
Coming up on our 10th anniversary, Mr. Price. But you've been at KNW6 for longer than that, no?
Yeah, it's been... Gosh, can you believe I started there way back in '66? As a segment producer on Portland Rise and Shine. Still remember the title of my first item, too. Is Poplin Still Poppin'?
That's a great title. And yet, this is the first time you've come to Providence Oaks.
First time staying a while at any rate. So, Mr. Reynolds, how would you describe this town?
Well, I'd say it's a... Hey! Wait a minute. Who's interviewing who here? I'll ask the questions, thank you very much.
Apologies, my friend. Just can't help myself. Always chasing the story, me. It's the commitment I've made to our viewers. The price guarantee.
So, what stories are you chasing here in P.O.?
Oh, you know, just trying to capture the old couleur locale. I must say, the people here are very friendly, and I hope the feeling's mutual. Right, Thomas? That's Thomas the mailman over there. But never mind, he's not mic'd.
Yes, and no, I'm not.
You don't say. Because we happen to have a little section called P.O. Positive or Pet Peeve. You might have heard of it?
Can't say I have, but I do like the alliteration.
Well, Lucinda Boyle called in a pet peeve yesterday, saying you were quite rude to her when she asked you for an autograph.
Well, I'm sure that was a misunderstanding. See, I must have been on a really tight schedule, because otherwise I'd do anything for a fan. That's...
The price guarantee, right? Sure. Anyway, we'll be back with Connor Price, KNW 6-star reporter, right after this.
What the hell, Jack? Ambushing me like that live on air?
Relax, just joshing you a little. But I'll let you plug the heck out of this Oregon Trail thing you're filming. How's that? We'll make sure everyone in town fully cooperates with your crew in the home stretch.
Well, speaking of the home stretch, I better get back to my job as a serious broadcaster. It's been real, pal. Can you believe this guy? Sheesh.
Don't take it personally, Mr. Price. Jack's a swell guy.
Huh. That's the thanks I get for stopping by amateur hour.
Sorry you had to witness that, Thomas. Made for good radio, though, while it lasted anyway. I'll see you at Moe's tonight, yeah? You don't want to miss what Frank's been cooking up.
Can't wait. See you there.
Thomas, it's good to see you. Thanks again for the little chat we had yesterday evening.
Don't mention it, Maureen. Was glad to help.
I think I've made the right decision. But I guess some situations don't have a perfect solution. You'll find out tonight, Thomas. We'll have a grand old time regardless.
Hello?
Hi, Meredith. It's the Weiss family again. We wanted to wish you a happy new year before we're going to Moe's.
Hey, thanks. We've got a little over an hour left here before it's 1986.
You'll watch out for those fireworks, won't you? They're so unpredictable.
I will. I'll probably stay inside anyways.
We've got 4 more hours to go, but Happy New Year! I'd rather be early than late. Are you going anywhere to celebrate?
Thanks, Dad. We're all a bit drained after making the deadline. Some guys from the office were going to do a ER Kung Fu tournament, but I didn't feel like it.
A Kung Fu tournament? On New Year's Eve?
Yes, Mom, it's a video game. But Tess and I are going to watch Trading Places instead at my place. I think that New Year's Eve is overrated anyway. People seem to think it must be the best night of the year, but all you usually get is a lot of drama and a solid hangover. My New Year's resolution was not to make a big deal out of New Year's Eve anymore. And it looks like I'm not going to break it. But don't let that ruin your evening.
It won't. We'll have a good old party and start the new year with a bang. And that hangover will clear up in no time with a New Year's Day walk in the snow.
Shall I remind you of this when you're curled up on the couch under a blanket? Sorry, Meredith. Your father's memory needs a little grease between the hinges.
Like starting the car in time before going to Moe's?
Bingo!
Okay, guys, I won't hold you up. Have a great evening, and a Happy New Year. Love you.
My beautiful people, may I have your attention for half a minute? First of all, welcome to Moe's. We're excited to celebrate the last few moments of 1985 together with you. It was quite an undertaking to host this New Year's Eve party at the last minute. So if you feel like the snack situation isn't up to standard, you're right. But we do have enough tater tots, french fries, potato wedges, and potato pancakes to feed the entire village. Thank you so much for that, Jack. And thank you all for coming. Cheers to a great evening.
Well, if it isn't my favorite KNW6 news team.
In the flesh.
Hi, Thomas.
Looking like a genuine love story, you two. Seems like you're headed towards a very happy 1986.
Yep, and a happy 1987, hopefully. 1988, maybe?
89, 90, 91, happily ever after, until we discover I'm terminally ill and die in your arms.
Elsa, that's horrible.
It's also the plot of Love Story, you big doofus.
There we go. Champagne for my real friends and real pain for my sham friends.
Hello, Mr. Price. So, is the segment on Providence Oaks in the can yet?
Almost, my friend. Still have to shoot the countdown to the new year. Hopefully that gives us the ending we need. I've been promised a spectacle.
Easy on the alcohol there, Connor. We still need you on camera. Can't have you slurring your words.
Slurring my words? Whatever do you mean, Elsa?
Quit fooling, you guys. It's getting close to midnight. Let's set up and get ready.
Showtime. Okay, getting into character. See you on the flip side, mailman.
Hi, honey. There goes that Connor Price. Would you believe the motel had to custom order a blow dryer just for him? He tipped generously, though. Oh, is that Beth sitting over there? Let's join her.
Good evening, my dearest of friends. Almost time for Auld Lang Syne, eh? Did you know that Auld Lang Syne was written down by Robert Burns in the 18th century? And that he based it on an old Scottish folk song? He wrote it to a different melody than the one we sing today, but I have to say, I do like this version. And it's often sung after a special dinner where haggis is served, would you believe?
Honestly, Beth, I don't know how we'll get by without these fascinating facts when you're gone.
Well, I will still be selling sets of encyclopedias at the store for a few more months if you need them. I'll cut you a nice deal.
Only if you'll help load them into my truck.
All joking aside, my friends, now that a new year is upon us, I feel a moment of thanks is in place. I know I've kept my situation from you for a while, but now that it's out in the open, I honestly don't know why I didn't share it with you sooner. Pride, I suppose. But I feel so much better now. So thank you, my friends.
That's what we're here for.
Glad we could be there for you, Beth. And thank you for opening us to it. We'll always be there for you. But you have to let us in first. I hope you'll remember that when you're in Georgia.
Definitely. In fact, it's my new resolution for 1986. Along with letting go and seeing where life takes me. What about you, Emily? Any resolutions?
Well, less work and more fun, I suppose. Now that this guy Matt is joining the motel, I am looking forward to a bit more quality time. What about you, honey?
I'd like to head out to Meredith next year.
Yes, we should. It would be great to see her again.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Well, whatever the future brings, this old acquaintance here will be hard-pressed to ever forget you two.
Same here, Beth.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be able to forget you if we tried. Not that we tried, of course. And like you said at Christmas dinner, even if the reasons for change are sometimes out of our hands, let's focus on the new beginnings that come along with them.
And what better time for new beginnings than New Year's Eve?
Attention, folks! It's showtime! If you want to see the biggest fireworks show west of the Rocky Mountains, you better be standing outside in about 10 minutes.
That's my cue. From a little spark may burst a flame, as Dante once put it. But I need to visit the ladies' room first, or I'll turn into a pumpkin. See you outside.
Isn't she marvelous? I'm so happy for her, but I am going to miss Bethany.
So will I. Seeing a parcel addressed to the bookstore always brightened my mood.
It makes me feel a bit melancholic. Even more than I usually am on New Year's Eve. This odd feeling of looking back and forward at the same time, and now I'm doing that over a much longer period than just the coming and going of the year.
I know what you mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to have something to look forward to.
And we sure have something to look forward to, don't we? I guess that's what's most important in life. But let's enjoy the here and now instead. Our wise and beautiful daughter just taught us not to demand that this should be the best evening of the year. But we're allowed to try it, right? So this is where my speech ends, my dear husband. And now I need a glass of champagne.
I'll drink to that, and to you, and all the good things the new year will bring us. Maureen, I need champagne. For me and my beautiful wife.
You got it, sir. Just grab your glasses and join me in the bottle outside. It's less than a minute now.
20 seconds on go, Mr. Price. Go.
And so, 1985 draws to a close. With mere seconds left in the year, I've been told this little lake town will strive to end 85 with a bang. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Holy Toledo! Ilsa, are we getting this?
Somebody check on Frank!
And that sure sounds like a delicious eggnog recipe.
Hurry up, dear. It's coming up next.
Yes, don't get too excited now. It's just a preview, remember?
And now, a man with a very special New Year's resolution. And he's going to tell us all about it. Isn't that right, Sybil?
Absolutely, Bob. It's none other than our roving reporter, Connor Price. Connor, my dear, where in blazes are you?
Well, Sybil, I'm in beautiful Providence Oaks, wishing you and Bob and our viewers a joyful 1986. And as for my New Year's resolution, Bob, why, it's my very special price guarantee to all of you that I will be sharing gripping tales and intimate portraits from all over Oregon in an all-new series of special reports on small-town America. Part 1 will air tonight at 8, right here on KNW6. And it will be all about the gorgeous little lake town where I was fortunate enough to spend the waning days of 1985. Here, let's take a look at an exclusive sneak peek. Providence Oaks, an idyllic town by a lake just south of Melville. It's where this reporter counted down to 1986. And although, unfortunately, the fireworks started a little early, so we didn't quite manage to catch them on tape. Take it from me, it was quite the spectacle, courtesy of postal worker Frank Coleman.
Just a faulty batch of leftover 4th of July material, I guess. Not mine, anyway. No siree. But I'm all right, folks. Really, everyone can stop calling me at home. I'm A-OK.
And perhaps that encapsulates the true nature of Providence Oaks, or P.O., as it's called by those who know and love it. It's a town where, even when things don't go as planned, folks will be all right and A-OK.
It's just, we help each other out, and there's nothing we can't fix.
A town where first impressions can be deceiving.
This town may look sleepy from the outside, but trust me, there's always so much stuff to do and take care of. Ugh.
A town where generations have grown up.
It's a great place to raise kids, and also a great place to have been raised as a kid. Myself, I mean, back when I was a kid, being raised here. Was that okay?
A town where patience is still a virtue.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if this is where I'll find what I'm looking for, but I do know I can keep looking here for as long as I want, and that feels great.
A town full of unique individuals that, deep down, have more in common than you'd think.
The average Providence Okian probably doesn't exist. We do tend to keep to ourselves until someone needs us. Then we show up. Always.
A town you can't help but love.
I just think it's the best place in the whole wide world. Sue me.
And where everyone has a story to tell.
To me, it's all about the people. Because...
Yes, well, leave it to the mailman to say it best.
This is home.
Indeed. Providence Oaks, like so many other places in our great state of Oregon, is a small town with a big heart. This is Connor Price, KNW6, P.O.
I have to say I had a great time playing this one. It was so heartwarming. I was terrible at driving, but the story is so sweet, and I can't wait to explore more of Providence Oaks in the original game when we finally get to that.